And good evening, everyone. At 9:02 it is. We're going to talk about the weather. First and foremost, we're going to have that weather forecast chat. It's going to be another very cold night across the valley. Number two, big time changes in that extended forecast into next week. Between Monday and Wednesday looks wet, but does it look white? You've seen my video and update on the changes, and if you haven't, bring your questions right now. Hutch's Weather begins. Let's talk all about it. And again, if you have questions or preferences in the forecast, I'm here and open to listen to you. Let's chat. Hey, my friends at Robert Gibbons Sons want you to know that they can clean and inspect that furnace of yours to make sure it is ready for the season ahead. A 25-point inspection. It's only $129, a special offer. Contact Robert Gibbons Sons today. Let them know Hutch sent you. And now let's take a look at what we have with regards to our current conditions across the area. It's cold out there now, and we'll talk about the forecast and some of the changes you've seen in the forecast as well. 37s for Grand Forks and Fargo, 37 as you look off into the Bemidji area, 43 for Minneapolis, and 39 in Bismarck. Look at this, Minot already down to 32 degrees, where we see these pink colors here, some even cooler air working its way in towards Lakes Country. We're talking about Clearwater County and Hubbard County straight down in towards the, areas of northern Becker County right now, where we're in those 30s. 36 for Bemidji. How about 32 degrees way over here and over yonder in Aitkin right now? So it's a cold one already, and we're on our way to another freezing night. So Hutch has brought those plants in once again, making room. How about you? Say, what do you think about bringing plants in? Do you just let them go outside, or do you try to save as many as you can for the next season? If you have any tips or tricks on that, drop it in the comments. I'd love to read them. Okay, now as we head into the evening hours, this is a look at your temperatures. Here's the radar region wide, and this is what we're seeing. We do have a couple of blips up in the Arrowhead of Minnesota. I've been looking at DOT travel cams, and I'm not seeing any snow. Much of the precipitation has moved off into the north shore of Lake Superior. And if you look in the UP of Michigan, we have quite a bit of precipitation showing up. But the radar here presently has this as liquid variety precipitation. Simon, hey, good to have you. Dave Lyon, will it ever be whiteless winter here? A whiteless winter here? Very, very good question. Now, we've had some very dry winters up here in the Northern Plains, but I believe for Fargo, speaking of Fargo, the least amount of snow we've had in a winter season is somewhere under 10 inches. So that can definitely happen. Jeanette, thank you so very much. Woo! You want to get a woo? Then you throw some stars at Hutch on Facebook, and I love your support on the YouTube channel as well. All is do is win. All I do is win, it says. Watching on YouTube, feeling like Halloween storm on Halloween. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Big changes in the extended forecast. We could take a look at this and see if the snow is flying in Marquette. If you're watching from outside of the Northern Plains, I'm Hutch Johnson, a meteorologist with 30 years of broadcasting experience here in the Northern Plains. And we have some showers and thunderstorms rolling off of Erie into parts of northeastern Ohio tonight, heading into western PA. And we do have western New York with a few showers as well making their way through. And then as we look off to the west, some showers and rumbles of thunder, northern reaches of Arizona, as well as, Utah, down there in the southern part of the basin. And we do have a couple of thunder boomers blasting outside of Bakersfield out there in the elevated terrain. The rest of the nation, shh, quiet. Okay, let's talk snowfall forecast. If you've seen the video, we're going to lead with this and then the temperatures, but you can tell me if you'd like me to talk about something else first. And what's your vote? Do you want me to talk about where's this snow next week and the Halloween forecast, or would you like me to talk a little bit about tonight's lows? Tell me what's important on your mind. Tracy, hi, thanks for joining me. For now, I'm going to start with this. On Monday, I had this graphic up here, and I talked a lot about it because for 2 days, the forecast says, Jeanette, thank you very much. For 2 days, Sunday night and Monday, both the European and American model were advertising snow. They didn't agree on the location exactly, but they both were in eastern Montana and the western Dakotas. And one of the models even had it sneaking down into Nebraska. Courtney says, Halloween. Well, we'll get to the Halloween forecast, and it could be looking spooky for some. We'll keep you posted. And all I do is win is waiting for that as well. This was Monday's forecast with Hutch. And again, it's not really a forecast, and I tried to make clear that this is going to change, and the models don't agree. So my confidence in the location of this not so good. But I did say I thought we'd have a pretty decent chance at some significant snow in some spots. Thank you, Tracy, so very much for sharing stars with Hutch. So then we went to Tuesday, yesterday. Do you remember how it changed? Well, I'll tell you what, the European model went bye-bye to the snow and it was gone. But the American model kept it. Where did it keep it? Out here, eastern Minnesota and some of our central Minnesota counties with that chance of snow. Feeling a little dark over here. I forgot to turn my light on. Sorry about that. If you thought I was in the dark, I'm not trying to get the year 2000 on you, if you remember. In the year 2000. Okay, never mind. We won't go there. That's a long time ago, probably long ago before many of you remember. So Monday, snow here. American model shifted it over here. And late last night and early this morning, many of these models just went away with it and went for the snow for us. Okay, no ways from Shauna in West Fargo. Get ready for the bed soon. Cast first. It's important before bed. Shauna, I hear you. So here's the forecast. The snow next week. I'll tell you what, it's looking like this. Next week, Monday through Wednesday, rainfall potential, but mainly on Tuesday, it looks really wet out in the eastern part of the region. We're talking 1 to 2 inches of rain. Why did it change from this to snow? Because the temperatures are very, very close. Out here, out west in Glendive, Montana, it's going to be cold enough for snow because behind this system, north winds are going to dig down some cold air. But here where we are, we'll be influenced by south winds, keeping us milder and warmer. That's thing number one. Thing number two is the storm system is splitting into two. And because some of the energy is going way up into Canada and the other energy coming at us from the south, it just doesn't look like as good of a chance of snow. I do think there will be some flurries mixing in as we go from Tuesday into Wednesday for some of us. Out west, there'll be a chance. And then as we head into Wednesday, I think up in northern Minnesota, there'll be a chance. Ethan, good to see you. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Now let's talk about the temperatures for the morning so Shauna can get what she came for here. Weather does come first. And here we go. Cold air first thing on your Thursday morning. If you're sending the kids out to the bus stop, make sure they have, well, something to stay warm. You want the ears covered and you want to make sure that you're prepared once again for 20 to 25 degree weather in many locations. Another frosty one out there. The good news is very little in the way of wind or wind chill. Milder temperatures off in the arrowhead of Minnesota, but north wind that will still be pretty brisk out there as well. So keep that in mind. And even milder down to the south in central parts of the Dakotas. Snow, are you serious? Says Ethan. I've been talking about it this week. Okay, for your Thursday afternoon when the kids are coming home and when you're coming home, it looks like temperatures will be near 50 to 55 here in the Southern Valley, dropping into the 40s for most of Minnesota and 30s for the arrowhead of Minnesota, where I think we'll see a flurry or two here or there. Now, keep this in mind. Out to the west, we'll have a south wind blowing, and we're talking 60 to 65 degrees. Look at Baker, Montana, 64. Ekalaka, Montana, we're in the same boat there, 62 for Webo and Beach, North Dakota. All in all, things are looking chilly. Now, here's that 7-day planner, and there's a couple of important factors on here. Factor number one, it's going to be cold in the morning, and then after that, we hit, yes, a warming trend. 60s to near 70 for the weekend. But, folks, it comes with wind, so I'm telling you right here, right now, you want to get a can of, at locations that participate near you, Super Duper Hold North Dakota hairspray. That's what we need here in the Northern Plains. It needs to hold things down because we're going to have 30 to 45 mile per hour winds. The strongest for our area comes on Sunday. That's why I put that there. But we will really warm up 65 to 70 degrees here late, overnight. Right now it looks like rain. And then we're talking about rain into Monday here in the eastern third of North Dakota and western Minnesota. That will move off to the east and out to the far west. We'll get what's called wraparound flurries here and there. Cold air in the nighttime hours could mix with a few flakes. I don't think we're going to see anything significant precipitation-wise. Nathan, good to have you on board again. But we do cool off. Look at this, back down into the 30s. And in the 30s, particularly up in northern Minnesota, I think there'll be a chance for a few flakes to mix in. And that's it. I don't think it's going to be too fantastic or too problematic. Now, let's talk about this long-range forecast, and we're going to look at the models, and I want to compare models with you. Are you interested in that at all to show you how the models changed? Let's go right to it real quickly, and we're going to look in our region only. And then if you do happen to be watching from another area, hey, Hunter, I appreciate you enjoying the broadcast. Thank you so very much. let's go ahead and talk a little bit about how each individual model changed over the period of time. And now that most models are kind of concurring that this system is really going to leave us high and dry. My flowers might be doomed, said Rod. I brought mine into the garage, so the Chevelle has some friends out there that are flourishing flowers. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the European model guidance for our region. And I am going to go back in time here to grab a older model run here that takes us back to, hold on, I got to count my head. 12, 6, 0. Oh, they're changing for me here. Tuesday. We're going to go back to the Monday morning run from the European model. What this is going to do is show you how on Monday morning, when I woke up and I was studying the models and studying my forecast, this is what I was seeing as we headed into the weekend. Boom and shazam, a wet system that became mixed with snow. And this mixed precipitation and snow was in the western Dakotas, sneaking down into western South Dakota. Again, European model, Monday. I rely more on this model for the days beyond day 3 or 4 than any other model out there because it usually does a little better job, but it ain't perfect. None of them are, right? Okay, and this is a significant amount of snow from this particular model as well, as I will show you now that some of the snowfall potential this model is showing here was out over several inches of snow possible in the western Dakotas. That raised my flag. And then I says, yeah, now we're going to look at this model as we went 24 hours later, and we're going to go into your Tuesday morning forecast from the European. And as I mentioned, the snowfall potential went kaput, just a little bit here or there. So this model says, not so much going to happen, okay? So as we went into today's model run this morning, this model was even less robust with the snowfall in this particular area as well. Now you do see some moving in here into northern Minnesota, but that's not until November. And that is a long, long ways away for any model to be too precise about location or impacts or intensity sometimes. Now, let's look at the American model. The American model, by the way, has done a pretty decent job in a couple of instances here. Let's go back to Monday as well. So here we are, Monday morning, Hutch is looking and I see one model, the European, saying snow. Does this one say snow? Yes, but look where it's at. Look at this. On Monday, the American model says, yep, we could have snow in the western part of the Dakotas, but this was a little farther south, but they were both lock, stock, and barrel showing snow in the same time frame out to the west. So I came out with that on Monday and talked about that potential, but I said that not all models agreed and that things were, well, a little bit up in the air. Yeah, it's just something Hutch should be watching for you. Now, we'll show you that American model as we change the date and into your Tuesday morning forecast. And here it goes. So as we went through Tuesday, yesterday, I was looking at the forecast. I just showed you the European model showed the snow pretty much diminishing to nothing. Here's the American model, and it showed it different. Okay, here was the Sunday night, Monday rain showers, no snow there, but then it had a second wave from this storm coming up. Colorado low that hits eastern Minnesota and then wrap around snow through northern Minnesota. This was Wednesday and into Thursday morning. So I says, you know what? The European model moved it from the western part of our region to the eastern part. That's not out of the question. And then today's model run on both the American and the European had pretty much said the snow chances are kaput for most of our area. Other than this, we could see a couple of areas here as this second system works its way through that brings some north winds and a chance for some cooler enough air in the overnight hours for a flurry or two to mix in with the system, and that's it. So that's what we're looking at. Now the All Hallows Eve forecast. Let's check out a larger view of the region. And for that, I will stick with the European model just because it's my favorite one for time frames out that far. But as we just witnessed, they both can go through some changes. So as we go through the late part of the month, as we enter into the middle of next week, oopsies, I'm going to have to go back one model run here. This one doesn't go out far enough. There we go. Okay, so here we are on the 28th, 29th, and there's high pressure over all of the northern and central plains, keeping us quiet on the 29th and 30th. Then the 31st, which is Halloween, as we go towards morning, there's a cold front coming in with a few showers sweeping through. Now, we'll go from warm air to a gusty or stronger north wind with a few showers moving in. As this system moves through, the timing on it is perfect for evening sprinkles across parts of Minnesota, and that's what this model looks like. This is the European model. I will compare it to the American model for you on this national view, so you get a peek at where the active weather will be. So we go from the 31st, Halloween, in the morning, and then this 12 is 7 in the morning Central Time. Storm system rolling out of the north. Now, this American model has this storm a little farther to the south, as you see, gustier winds. And because of that, it could tug in a little bit of colder air on the north side of it here and around the back, so that by the time we get into your first of the month, ooh, look at that. There's a few flakes mixing in. So both models have a weather wiggle wobbling through some unsettled weather just in time for trick-or-treating. Will that happen? I'm not 100% convinced, but whoo, look what happens as it moves out over Hudson Bay. It gets pretty strong. That is your forecast, and thanks so very much for joining me here, and thanks for your question. My flowers too, Rod, are struggling. I hope that answers some of the questions. I want to ask you, how do you like the way the weather's presented? Would you rather see me showing you these options and potential differences in the models? I try to communicate that, and that's just with the 7-day forecast. Some places you see a 10, 15-day forecast, and it just goes to show you, you're going to get that weather whiplash. There's a video I have on weather whiplash. Look it up here on my YouTube channel. Look it up right here on our Facebook channel, because I posted that here in the last 24 to 48 hours as well. For now, that is a look at that. Now we will review one more time your 7-day planner right after I say that hutchesweather.com will keep you ahead of the weather anytime, anywhere. And please keep all of my sponsors in mind, like Luther Family Ford, are wonderful sponsors of Hutch's Weather. If you're shopping for a vehicle at all, please give them an opportunity. Take a look at their used and or new inventory in the class of vehicle you're looking for. Luther, they can take care of you. They can find what you're looking for and get you fit with one that hits your budget and fits your family in there. So Luther Family Ford, by clicking on this logo, you can shop around online. On hutchesweather.com, I want to remind you, with cold and wintry weather, we have the OK Tire Road Report up here. The road conditions page is loaded with information on local and regional road reports from regional provinces in Canada, even from Saskatoon and Saskatchewan and all the way over to our friends in Manitoba, and then all of our states in the region as well. Shauna says, I like it wanting trick-or-treaters in warmer weather. I like it too, and I want trick-or-treaters here as well. So I'm hoping that that goes well. On Hutch's Weather, I did want to point out you can upload your photos and videos of weather. Look toward the bottom of the page here, and you're going to find information on where you can click to view photos and upload your videos or photos of weather information. And I just wanted to run by and say a huge thanks to all of you who have uploaded photos or shared them here on Hutch's Weather. Like, look at these cute dogs out here. Nathan sharing this one here. That is a cute dog picture. Nathan, thank you so much. And well, that dog is staying cozy, and this dog is staying dressed for the weather. Maybe good old Larry here watched Hutch's forecast and got dressed for the occasion. I hope so, Larry, and it's sure good to see you again, my friend. And in Grand Forks, Sherry captures this blue jay heading out with a peanut. If you have photos of fall and weather in your area, I'd sure love you to take the time to upload them here on Hutch's Weather. I'll keep you apprised of that Halloween forecast.
It's been a Hutch's Weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe if you dare to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather, anywhere in the moonlight, anytime through the night, at hutchesweather.com.